What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is your review for Cartel Cruise Season 3, Episode 4. So we start this episode off. We have Miss Betty, and we have Yvette. And you guys might remember Yvette from last season. They planned the trip to the border together. But her and Betty have this crazy on-again, off-again situation that they go through back and forth or whatever. But they become friends. Yvette apologized to Betty, and they've been cool ever since. She said Betty said Yvette has been there for her while she's going through what she's going through with her sister's passing, or murder, I should say. And they talked about her dad. Now, her dad's out of jail, Betty's dad. Dad's out of jail, but she said he's very institutionalized and that he doesn't even remember her. Now, the more and more Betty was talking about her dad, the more and more I started feeling like this isn't so much. And I mean, I'm not here to diagnose nobody, all right, let me be clear. But it sounded more like maybe her dad is dealing with some sort of illness or something. She said her dad didn't remember her, that he needs a lot of help, and she's hired, some full-time people, that he does live in Colombia. She bought a home in Colombia, and that's where he lives, because, of course, he got deported as soon as he got out of jail, and he can't come back. But it sounds like it may be something else, but definitely being institutionalized is an issue as well. So she's talking about that, and then she said, how even here, she's struggling to just have her own peace. She said, I love my mom. I love living with my mom. But my mom is in a constant state of mourning. And I just can't be there all the time with her. Like, I can't be in that place with her. Like, I love my sister. I miss my sister. But I can't be in that constant state of mourning my sister. Like, I can't do it. And so Yvette was like, well, girl, I'm looking for a spot, And Betty was like, for real? Well, let's move in together. So they're going to be roommates. We'll see how that's going to work out. So then we have Marie and Kat. They're down at the beach talking about how much they love Miami and how this is just a wonderful place to live. I'm sure it is. Y'all know how much I love the water and how much I just need the water and need to feel that energy I get from the water. And so I can feel it. I can feel it, and I can appreciate people who have that constant access to it. And then they were basically just getting each other caught up. Marie is telling Kat about the prenup and the conversation with Mike, and how he felt about the prenup and everything and how much he lost. And, Kat was like, well, you know what? I knew how much you lost. Like, I understood that you lost your family and everything. But I never really took into account how much Mike lost over the years. He didn't just lose his mom. He didn't just lose his money. He lost properties. He lost businesses. He really did lose a lot for different reasons. I mean, some of it's because it was illegally gained, and things like that. But, so it's definitely, everybody has a perspective. And so, Kat was like, well, what are you going to do? Like, are you going to call the wedding off? Are you going to sign a prenup? And Marie was like, at this point, I don't know. Like, I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know. Then Kat gets Marie caught up on what happened with Diana and everything. And listen, Marie said the same thing I was saying about this whole baby shower, baby situation. She was like, girl, Mike would have kicked my ass. And I was like, I feel you. She was like, Mike would have kicked my ass. Like, if I had a baby shower to introduce him to my friends, like, that would have been a whole problem. And so she just talked about the fact that Eddie was there and how, her and Eddie are in a better place. But that does not mean that she wants to turn around and see Eddie everywhere she goes. And she said, at the end of the day, Eddie was my friend first. I mean, y'all were my friend first. So, like, yeah, I get it that y'all have built relationships with Eddie and friendships with Eddie. But it's hard that every time I'm hanging out with my friends, there he go. Which, unfortunately, is a problem that a lot of people deal with when they have these friendships and relationships, and the friends become friends, the couples become friends with each other. It's a lot, and it really is a hard thing. Then we catch up with Nicole and Ali, I think her name is. Now, Ali is Nicole's best friend, and again, you may remember her from season 1. I think she was in season 2 as well. I know she was from season 1. That's the one that basically accused Stephanie's dad of being a snitch. And Stephanie about tried to take her head off every time she see her. So she's talking to Nicole, and basically she's like, I'm sorry I haven't been there for you. I've been kind of going through my own thing. And she's from Philadelphia, and she was talking about the fact that she had a cousin who was killed. He was set up, shot, suspected, I should say, set up, and he was murdered. And she said, he's in the life. They're trying to say that he was in the life, and people know what's going on, but nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to snitch. And she said, now she said, I understand street code, but when the shoe is on the other foot and you want to find out what happened to your family member or your loved one, it gives you a different perspective on that no snitching situation. And she said that, in hindsight, she feels really bad about the situation with Stephanie. She said, and I'm going to tell y'all something. Ali said the realest thing, that one of the realest things I done heard on reality TV. She was like, listen, I still would have talked to you about it because you're my best friend. But I probably ain't need to bring it to the show and tell the whole world about it. And she said, I really would like to apologize to Stephanie because I see it, I'm older now. I'm seeing things from a different perspective, and I really feel bad about what I did. And Nicole was like, you know what, I can appreciate that. Like, and she said, I'm tired of the fact that every time you do something, I can't be a part of it because you hanging with this crew and this me and Stephanie don't get along. And so Nicole was like, I really appreciate that. I think that's the right thing to do. Like, I can hear what you're saying, and I think, that that's the right thing to do. And then, of course, Nicole was talking again about, what she went through with the pregnancy and things like that. Then we see Stephanie talking to her mom. Stephanie says that she ain't heard from her daddy. She said even throughout the pandemic, she ain't heard from her daddy. And what we found out was, even though her and her dad's relationship has been strained, what we found out was that her and her dad are not speaking because he didn't like some of the stuff he saw on the show. And one of those things was the situation where Ali accusing him of being a snitch. Again, that is a very serious accusation. That's the kind of shit that gets people killed. Okay? And so Stephanie was like, but I'm your daughter. I can't believe that he would do this to me. I can't believe that he would just totally not disown me, but I guess for lack of a better word, disown her. So Nicole decides that she wants to have a self-care party. Have all of the people come together, have a whole self-care situation, and for her to really tell the ladies what's been going on, because at this point she's only told Marie, and then of course Ali knows. Ali, whatever. I think it's, maybe it's pronounced Ali, but it's Ali. It's Ali, like Muhammad. Ali. Anyway, everybody shows up to the party. Stephanie, Kat, and Diana, and Betty ends up coming with Yvette. And when Betty and Yvette show up together, Stephanie is really giving them the side eye, like, the fuck? And then when they announce that they're gonna move in together, Stephanie is really like, okay, when did this happen? Because last I checked, y'all ain't like each other. And Yvette is my friend. I put Yvette into the group. When did Yvette and Betty become so cool that now they moving in together? And I don't even know nothing about all this. Like, I didn't even know that this was going on. So she pulls Yvette aside to talk to her. And I will respect the fact that Stephanie was up front and said, girl, what's going on? Like, what did I miss? What did I miss? When did I miss it? And how did I miss it? Like, what the hell is all of this and what's going on? And so Yvette tells her, she said, listen, I've been, I reached out to you a few times. You didn't get back to me. I hadn't heard from you, and me and Betty got cool. We got close, and, just what it is, what it is. She said, but I still love you. You still my friend. It's no one, nobody's replacing anybody around here. She's just a friend, and you're a friend, and that, it is what it is. And so Stephanie was kind of like, okay. But you could tell, like, she was like, okay, but she still was feeling, she was still in her feelings about it a little bit. You could tell. The party was like an Arabian Nights type theme. They're sitting down on the ground with the pillows and all of that. And Nicole starts to open up to them about what she's been going through and how she went through this deep depression and with the miscarriage and everything. And they have a whole sister girl moment, right? They're all like love and light, and we need to be there for each other, and this is what sisterhood looks like, and this is what sisters do for each other. Yada, 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 Buddha, 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 right? Next thing you know, Miss Ollie walks in the door. Now, that's Nicole's friend. Nicole says later on, that's my best friend. Of course, she was going to be here. But Stephanie immediately sees her. And Stephanie gets up and says, nope, I'm not doing this. Not tonight. I'm not doing this. And she goes to leave. Now, at that point, everything that happens after that, I put it on production and I put it on production because I'm sure production was telling the ladies, get Stephanie back. Stephanie tried to remove herself from that situation because Stephanie already knew, I'm not here for this. I'm not here for the bullshit, and I'm not here for this. I have no interest in talking to this woman. I have no interest in, and they didn't tore they ain't just break the fourth wall, honey. They tore the damn fourth wall down, okay? She said, I am not interested in filming with this woman. Period. That's it. That's all. Stephanie tries to leave. She is literally in her car getting ready to pull off, and they talk her into they're trying to get her to come back. Now, the only person that didn't get up and try to talk her into coming back was Kat. Because Kat was like, I already know what this is. That's my best friend. I already know what it's about. I know Stephanie, and I already know how far you can push Stephanie. Stephanie, this is it. Y'all need to let this go. I feel like that's what Kat was trying to tell them. Y'all need to let this go. Y'all need to let this go. But honey, so Stephanie was like, you know what? Y'all want me to come back in there? Y'all want me to do this? You want me to be an animal? Then this is what it's about to be. Then I'm about to be an animal, right? Stephanie, on her way back outside to the backyard, to confront Miss Ollie. She picks up one of them little things, the little globes, I guess, that Marie keeps, a little decorative thing. You know how you keep the little decorative things on the table. And I guess she thought it was plastic. She threw it at the lady. Now, mind you, I take that back. Diana and them was still sitting there. My fault. Marie and Yvette got up. Diana and them was still sitting there. My bad. She throws the little globe at them and it shatters because it's glass. So now the ladies are pissed off because they're like, okay, Stephanie, now you done took this little situation and now you done brought us into it because you damn near cut us with the glass. And I think a couple of the shards did actually hit Diana, which is why Diana ended up getting pissed off. So now they're trying to get Stephanie back in the house. They're trying to, separate Stephanie. And Diana comes in there and she was like, yo, what is wrong with you? You cut me. Well, Steph, listen, there's a point of anger where you're seeing red, you have blacked out, you don't see none of it, you don't hear none of it, you don't know none of it, right? There's a point where you are this. That is the point where Stephanie was. Stephanie had blacked out. So now Stephanie starts yelling at Diana and was like, I don't care. I don't care. She was like, that was glass. Stephanie was like, well, I didn't know it was glass. Right? So then her and Diana about to fight. Now listen, Stephanie. I mean, the situation with Miss Philadelphia, I'm just calling her Miss Philadelphia. The situation with Miss Philadelphia might have went one way, but I don't think the situation with Diana would have went the way you wanted it to go. I ain't saying who would have beat who, but it would have been a hell of a brawl. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So now they gotta separate Diana from Stephanie, and now Stephanie is really trying to leave. Like, for real, Stephanie is really trying to leave. She gets to her car again. She ain't got her damn shoe. So now that is when Kat finally gets up and she's trying to calm Stephanie down. You've got production. Marie talking about they gonna call the police. We need to go back in the backyard. They gonna call the police. Because I guess Marie live in one of them neighborhoods, honey. They don't play them games around where Marie live. She was like, they gonna call the police. That's all Marie kept saying. They're gonna call the police. She was like, do you want to go to jail, Stephanie? Because they gonna call the cops. Because Stephanie is now ready. She want that. She want her. She wants her. So production comes over and they're able to talk to her. And Stephanie was like, listen, this is what I need you to understand. I have no interest in filming with her. I do not want to be seen in a scene with her. Period. I'm not doing it. That's not what I came here for. And they really did blindside her. Like, I don't know if they expected that response, but they blindsided her. Now, Kat is letting the rest of the ladies know that this is the reason why Stephanie has not spoken to her dad. She said, listen, her dad still does not speak to her because of this situation on the show. So there's another level to this. Like, it's not just you came from my father, but you affected an already fragile relationship with my dad. Now, the reality of the situation is her dad may be just using it as a convenient excuse why he's not a part of her life, and that's fine. But neither here nor there, that's what the effect is. Cause and effect. That's what it is. They convinced Stephanie, they calm her down enough to try to convince her to film a scene. And she's like, all right, I'm going to film a scene. Okay, if that's what, okay. She said, because after this, I don't want to see her again. I'm never going to film with her again. I don't care what you do and what you say. I'm not filming with her again. Period. So she agrees. And so they finally get them in the backyard, honey. And that's where the episode is. So I guess next week is going to be part 2 to this situation. Listen, I ain't mad at Stephanie on this one because Stephanie tried to leave. Stephanie told y'all. And she tried to leave. And y'all wanted y'all moment. Y'all wanted y'all scene. And so she was like, okay, that's what y'all want. I'm about to give you what you want. That's what y'all want. I'm about to give it all to you. That was it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.